Hey guys, LegendBTV here, what's up? Welcome back to another Schneider's Bakery commentary, yeah. Who are we talking about today? It's none other than Victorious's mean girl, Kat Valentine. As the girlfriend of Beck Oliver, Tori Vega is a very negative, dark, and downright mean character. And heck, I've just been thinking, I've always wondered what makes Trina so mean. Oh, what's that, Reginald? Oh, Jade's the mean one, right? Jade West is essentially the show's mean girl. However, in comparison to the rather simple theories I have on why a character like Sam Puckett is mean, it runs a bit deeper in my opinion with a character like Jade West. See, the thing about these Schneider's Bakery shows is they rarely ever go into backstory about these characters. Even though I do recall a bit at the beginning of the episode Tori Goes Platinum where Psychowitz is teaching them about backstory, but okay. Yeah, these shows rarely ever describe in detail how these characters are who they are. So it's up to the audience and people like me to interpret through the context of the show why these characters are who they are. Hey. So I have 3 theories on why I feel like Jade is how she is. So let's start with this one, which is my big one, and that is that Jade is very jealous of Tori. This is made visually apparent ever since Tori enters Psychowitz's class on the very first day. It all starts when Tori spills her coffee on Jade's boyfriend Beck, and then of course obviously Jade's gonna walk in and catch her rubbing it off of him. Jade's reaction seems ridiculously overblown though. It's like she thinks just because Tori's like this good-looking new girl that Beck's just gonna essentially dump Jade just because she bumped into him. Like, that's just how jealous she is right off the bat. Like, she yells at Tori just for rubbing coffee off of her boyfriend. Tori up to this point barely knows who Beck is and doesn't even know that Beck and Jade are together at all, so like, wow. And then ever since then, there's just so many instances where Jade just seems ridiculously jealous of Tori because of how victorious she is in the show. And then naturally, everyone seems to love Tori, so that must make matters much worse for Jade. It leads me to believe maybe Jade was somebody that used to be in Tori's position of being somebody that everybody really loved and that always won everything and got leads to every play. But then when Tori shows up, it kind of like dragged all the attention away from Jade, and that must made her like furious, and she must have like hated that. Because now, ever since Tori's there, like all eyes are on her from like everybody. And then major examples that really back up my theory that Jade is really jealous of Tori include Jade's really immature and petty decision to dump coffee on Tori's head in the pilot episode, and also Jade intentionally getting rid of Tori's blood for Robbie's procedure, causing her to have to give more blood, resulting in her barely being able to perform her lead in a play. That happened in the fan-panned episode Tori Gets Stuck. But yeah, I definitely get why someone like Jade would be really jealous when a new girl like Tori just shows up at your school and everybody just loves her, even your friends. Because not only do things go Tori's way like 95% of the time, but it's like characters like Jade and Kat and Robbie, story-wise, they completely play second fiddle to Tori. Everyone on Victorious pretty much revolves around Tori in terms of the way these stories work. Another theory I have on why Jade is so mean is pretty much the way she was raised. She probably didn't get that tender love that most children emotionally really need when growing up. And some examples that back up this theory are in the episode Walk Star, when we meet Jade's dad. And he looks very acrimonious in kind of a really dark way. And they describe him as very cold and judgmental. I can infer from this that he's definitely not that really sweet, over-the-top, really caring and loving kind of dad that little girls need, that compassionate, caring father growing up. But Jade seems like she just didn't have that, sadly. And I'm going to assume, since on most shows, basically the mother and father usually share similar mindset, I'm going to make the assumption here that her mother was not much better. Although, to be fair, we never did really get to meet Jade's mother on the show. I'm going to assume her dad's not someone who, like, mentally abuses her or, like, mistreats her, but he just seems so stiff and that he doesn't really know how to feel emotions like love. And that can be a problem to someone like Jade who just feels like she needs love. But yeah, like I said, I'm sure he's not the kind of guy who would, like, beat her or anything, because especially the show would not delve into topics that deep or severe, especially for like a surface level general audience kind of show like this. The second thing that backs up my theory, supports it, is on the episode Ice Cream for Kesha, whenever Jade says that ice cream reminds her of her childhood in a bad way, And Kat's like, you didn't have a happy childhood, and she's like, oh, my favorite toy was a hammer, in a dark, depressing way, making the implication that her childhood was not very fun and indeed not very happy. I mean, normally Jade has this, like, outer shell of coolness and, like, not really showing that she needs somebody, but, like, deep down, I really feel like, especially with little subtle hints like that the show throws us, that Jade really has this soft center of emotional needs that she just needs to be fulfilled, you know? So, she might be mean simply just because she's just not been that happy all her life. And my third and final theory on why Jade West is mean on Victorious is that she seems very insecure. We can compare this to how stereotypical bullies are in real life. Some point an adult will teach us that mainly bullies act the way they do for a reason. They don't just simply want to be mean. There's past experiences and things that happen in their life that pretty much cause them to act that way, whether it's fair or not. Jade probably would not be mean if she didn't have reasons behind it, like her jealousy for Tori, which is the character she's most mean to. And of course, like, she really was not happy when Tori was even close to her boyfriend on the pilot episode, which is something I do think makes sense for Jade, because Beck always seems to be that one thing Jade West always has to keep her happy and to pretty much keep her in line. Like, every time she's about to, like, snap, Beck's just like, calm down, and she will, because, like, basically, he has always been, like, her love and her support and just someone that basically can appreciate her, you know? And in that sense, I do get why she would be a little on the jealous side and a little on the overprotective side of him, because every time we see Jade try to break up with him, she, like, immediately regrets it through scenes where she really feels the misery and despair, like in episodes like Jade Dumps Beck or The Worst Couple. Like, she seems utterly miserable whenever she thinks it's a good idea to break up with Beck, and then she's like, oh, no. Well, yeah, this is basically my opinion and theories on why Jade West on Victorious is very mean. This is basically a little character analysis like I did with Freddie Benson back then. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe, jump in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you all think about the character. I'd love to know if you agree with what I thought, or if you have something new to add on why Jade West is a mean character on Victorious, is portrayed that way, and what do you think caused that? So let me know down below, and thank you all so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. So subscribe for more on LegendBTV.